Hello and welcome to my channel, and today we are going for another SQL problem in LeetCode SQL 50 LeetCode interview questions. So today we are going to discuss about monthly transactions 1. So we have monthly transactions question in aggregate function, basic aggregate functions. We will just open this one, and let me first go through the question first. Okay, so what is the question saying is that it is question number 1193, monthly transactions. The table of a transaction, we have a transaction table, and here we have ID, country, state, amount, and transaction date. Okay, so ID is in integer, country in varchar, and state in amount in int, and transaction date in date. Okay, so what the state column is of enum type, and it is of two kind, approved and declined. So let me just go through the table once. So this is the table, transaction table. Okay, I have ID column, I have a country over here, and again I have a state, amount is also there, and transaction date is also there. Okay, so what the question is saying is, and what is asking is about, write a SQL query to find for each month and country the number of transaction and the total amount, the number of approved transaction and the total amount. Okay, so it is telling that we need to find the month. So how we can get month? So I have to find the month from the transaction date. You see over here in transaction date we have a date in year, month, and day format. So 2018 is the year, 12 is the month, and 18 is the day. So I have to find this 12 2018. Okay, so this will bring out the number of month, or the month in which month the transaction is happening. And secondly, I have the country. So country column is available over here. The number of transactions, what is the number of transactions? So I have to count the number of transactions, whether the state is having any transaction or not. Okay, so the state is having any approved transaction or declined transaction or not, based on that only. Similarly, and the total amount. Okay, so what is the total amount? So what is the amount over here? Here is the amount. Suppose for the first three you see, okay, 1 to 1, 1 to 2, you see that the transaction date is on December 2018 December, but we have a approved transaction and also a declined transaction. What is the total number of transaction is? Number of transaction is 2. And now what is the total amount of transaction? It will be 2000 plus 1000. Why? Because 1000 is approved and 2000 is declined. Okay, so the total amount of transaction is 3000. Now, and again, at the end it is saying the total number of total amount and the number of approved transaction and the total amount. So what is the number of approved transaction? Approved transaction is 1, because 1 is approved over here in ID 1 to 1 only. This one is approved. Okay, and what is the amount of it? It is 1000. So I need to find these all from the table using some aggregate function only. Okay, I think it is clear to you. The question is clear to you now, and this is a sample output. Okay, so without wasting any time, we can just go for the query part. Okay, so just now we can go for select. What I need is, first I need the month. So how can I bring out the month from the transaction date? Okay, just see this thing, 2018 and 12 up to this one. If I can bring out this part, okay, 2018 and 12, then only I can see that the date can be the month can be found out. Okay, so over here I can write substring. I can use substring function, and what I will do, substring on trans date. Okay, and for the substring, what I need is, I need a starting point and an ending point. Okay, for substring, what I need is, I need to start from one part and I will end at 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. At 7 I will end, because 7 is in the month. Okay, so 1 comma 7. So this is what the substring is as month. Okay, so this is how I can bring out month. Okay, now go for country. So how is I will just write country, select country. I will need country from there. And now I need IDs, the number of transactions. How I get number of transactions? The number of transactions can be done with the number of count of IDs. So for each transaction, the ID will be different. So if I count that one unique IDs, so that is that's what I can get the number of transactions. So if I write count of ID, so this will be the number of transaction as trans amount, trans count. Okay, so this is what the trans count is. Now what I will go for is trans count, and this now is approved count. So how I can find the approved count? If just consider, if I can use a conditional statement on if whether the state is, whether this amount is being approved, then only I can get the approved count. Okay, so what I will use is sum if state is equal to now if the state is equals to approved, what I will do is I will consider, if it is approved, then I will consider 1 or I will consider 0. Now once the state is approved, over here you just consider these first two rows 1 2 and 1 2 2. When the state is approved, it will say as 1, and if it is declined, it will 0. So sum of 1 plus 0 is 1. So what is the count of, what is the number of what is the approved count? It will consider as 1. Similarly for the other states also and other month also. So this is what I can, this is how I can get the approved count. Okay, now what I need is trans total amount. So what is the total amount of transaction done? So how I can get total amount of transaction? I can use a sum of amount as sum of amount as trans count. Is it trans total amount? Okay, sorry, trans total amount. Trans total amount. Now the last one, approved total amount. Okay, so how I can get the approved total amount? Similarly as sum only. So what I will do, again I have to use a condition. We will sum the amount on the condition that if the state is approved. On 1 I will write approved, on 1 I will write amount. Just simple as that. It will just calculate the total number of amount only, the amount of rupees or amount of transaction. You will just calculate. If it is approved, then it will take 1000. Okay, and if it is declined, it will take 0. Similarly for the in the 1 2 3 also, it will take 2000. So like that only. Okay, so what I will write is sum if state equals to approved, then what I will do, I will use amount or I will use 0. Okay, so this is what my calculation will be for approved total amount. I'll just copy and paste as, okay. So this is what my calculation based on this aggregate function on this transaction table. Now I will use from, what is the table or table name? Just I will copy it. Okay, from table is transactions. Okay, now I have to use group by function. Okay, why I wish to group by function? Because this need to be done on the basis of month and country. You see over here, write a SQL query to find each month and country, the number of and total amount. Okay, so whatever the thing I am going, whatever I am writing the query on the or whatever the approval amount or whatever the transaction amount I am doing, it is all basis on the month and the country. So whatever the calculation will be done, it will be based on each month and each state or each country. So what I will use is group by country, comma, month. So this will clarify the things as that all the thing will be whatever the calculation is I have used over here, it will be done on the basis of month or on the basis of or not month as well as country. Okay, so this is what the query looks like, and I will now test the query. I will just run the thing and see whether it is accepting or not. Okay, it has taken the code. Now I will run the test cases. Okay, okay, accepted. See, it has taken my code. Okay, so this is what my query looks like for this transaction. Okay, just a minute. Where it's not. Okay, so this is what my transaction what my query look like for monthly transaction, question 1193. Okay, so that's all for today, and we are closing the session now, and see you in the next class for our next problem on SQL. Till then, take care. Bye.